I want to bake a sourdough bread. I'm Tina. I'm gonna be starting a starter. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've been wanting to bake for a long time, and I actually enjoy baking. I usually make cakes, and I'm usually in charge of all the sweets that you guys have at the SisterYard dinners. So now that I have a little time, I decided I want to do my own sourdough starter. What's really cool about sourdough is that it's really easy to digest. It's really good even for people that have gluten intolerance, if I could say that right. Because it's fermented naturally and it doesn't have commercial yeast. So for that, you need rye flour, which we have here. This is stone ground rye flour that we got from our local bakery, Madruga. Then you need water, a thermometer if you have it, but it's not that important, and a scale. We have this scale. It's kind of fancy, but all you need is one that tells you ounces or grams, however you choose to measure your things. And then here I have the list. I have a feeding schedule, so I have to take care of this baby for a while before I can start baking. So I'm gonna have these here, and I'm gonna stick it on this door, so that the first day it says we have to put 100 grams of stone ground rye flour, which is the one I showed you, and then 150 grams of warm water, like room temp. Should be at 85 degrees. I grabbed this one from our sink. We do have a filter, and that is kind of important when you bake sourdough, because the quality of the water is gonna better the quality of your bread. That's what I know so far. I don't know a lot. We're gonna learn this together. But okay, so I have this, and it's, if you can see it here, it's around, it says 81 and going up, so it should be fine, I think. You can tear it again, or you could just add 150. The total should be 250. So let's just leave it at that and wait until the scale goes up to 250. On the dot. So precise. Okay, so that's it. We take it off the scale, and then we are gonna mix it all the way through so that all the flour hydrates, and we have like a soft dough type thing. Here's what it should look like. I'm gonna loosely cover it because you want it to breathe. Here. And I'll come back to this one. This is my starter on day 2. Oh, it's actually not looking so bad anymore. It should have risen up to here and then fallen, but it didn't. I think it was too cold at night in here. But still, as soon as you see some bubbles, you're fine. So
it's alive.
It's alive. It's not the strongest one yet. I don't think. I'm just gonna put 70 grams of my starter in the new one. Okay, so I put 70 grams of my old starter that was here. I put it into a new container. And now I have to put 50 grams of the rye flour and then 50 grams of all-purpose flour. The schedule calls for unbleached. I'm not sure if ours is bleached or unbleached, but I don't know. Let's see what comes out of this. Okay, so I'm gonna do 50 grams of this. Okay, 50 of rye flour. No, 50 of AP flour. Grams, so that's that. And now 115 grams of okay, it's warm water. Shouldn't be too cold, no, it shouldn't be too hot. If it's too hot, it's gonna kill it. If it's too cold, it's not gonna let it grow the bacteria it needs to grow. Okay, so we're on day 4. Probably it's been rising and falling. It's day 6 of the sourdough feed / starter. Look, it's grown so much. I mean, it hasn't been super high, but it has a lot of bubbles.
What is it that you're doing?
I'm just checking on my starter because I'm concerned it's not growing enough. I fed it at 8 a.m., half asleep, and I think it's good. It's what, like, it's like 11? It should be good by 1, so it's...
Yes, this is our laundry room.
And I found it's the warmest place in the whole house, so it's the perfect spot for it. It's like his little house. But look, it's growing, I think. It smells okay-ish. I hope it grows by 1. Let's see. So, also bear with me because I'm just following this recipe that I found online and I really like it. It's a beginner sourdough. I'm learning. This is my first bread ever, and what comes out comes out. Let's see. So I need 748 bread flour. Precision is the name of the game. I put 4 extra grams of water. Do you guys think that's gonna affect it? I hope not. But we have some exciting things going on here. Flour and water. It's actually really exciting. I'm excited. All you do here is mix it so that it's all like incorporated. Like there shouldn't be any dry flour, any clumps or anything like that. There's like a cool little tool I saw that people use to do this part, but so many things you need to get for baking. It's hard. Plus I feel like bakers back in the day did it like this, so we don't need every single tool.
So you're going back to basics.
Yeah, going back to basics. Hopefully this works out.
It's only taken like 2 weeks to make bread.
Pero ¿qué hago con la mano que está toda pegajosa? It's all mixed in, or at least I think so. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be mixed, which I did. And now I'm gonna put it in the laundry because it has to be next to the levain or levain or whatever you call that, or the starter, so that they're both the same temperature when I mix them in, which is what I'm gonna do in an hour. So it's 12 right now. At 1 p.m. Add the starter and salt. So here's the starter, the one I fed this morning. This is where it was, and this is how far up it got. Honestly, I was hoping it would get a little higher. It didn't, but it does have some nice bubbles, and it smells good. I hope it's good enough. Yeah, so now this rested for an hour. And now I'm gonna add this whole thing on top of here, and then this salt, which I weighed out. It's 18 grams of salt. And then I'm gonna put the last little bit of water that I reserved from the beginning. Spread it all over, or at least that's what the instructions say, and then we're gonna start mixing it. It's gonna go on for about 4 hours. And every 30 minutes, I'm gonna do these folds that I'm gonna do right now. So the way I read it, which I thought was super helpful, it's like you do north, south, like flip it 180, south, this west. Actually, I should stretch it. I think you need to stretch it more so you get more air. I'm not, I wasn't stretching it. And then the last one. That. And then you grab it. Smooth it out. I did the first fold, our camera or memory ran out of space, so we couldn't record the first one, but I'm gonna do it again. I don't know if you can see, but there's some bubbles moving around, which I think it's a good sign. So, okay, I'll show you how we did it. And so this is, we're in the bulk fermentation part. So cover it, and we're gonna put the timer for another 30 minutes and come back to it and do the last fold. It's 3 folds for this one. So do the last fold and then we leave it to bulk ferment for the rest of the time. Okay, we're on the last fold. It's the third and last fold, and then do the same. I'm gonna try to stretch it more because I think last time I didn't do it. The name of the game is waiting. It is now almost 6 o'clock. How long has it been since the first whatever 8 a.m. when I woke you up to record me and you didn't. You're like, do we really need to put that? And you went back to sleep. Exactly. So here it is. The recipe says it should have grown to like 20 to 50%. Honestly, I don't know how much it grew. It does. I just wanted one little bubble. Like, it's supposed to be very bubbly and airy. I see some like around here. There's that tiny little one that I'm really liking over there, and there's some other small ones. I mean, it's the first one. I'm gonna divide it because we're gonna get 2 loaves out of that. You don't want to put too much flour because then the dough will harden up, and you want it to stay as soft as possible. Oof, that was stressful. No, but I did it the first time and it worked, I promise. Now it's I'm overstretched. Yeah, I messed it up. No. It works. I just messed up this little bit. Divide it in half. I hope I get better and one day I can laugh at this. We let it rest for 25 minutes. The name of the game is waiting. Okay, so now I'm gonna flour the top of the little balls that we have here, circles-ish. And I'm gonna flip it. Flipping it, to my understanding, adds tension and strength to the bread. So I'm gonna flip it, and then once I flip it, we'll shape it. At this basket, it's called badminton, and that's where we're gonna let it proof overnight in the fridge. But if you don't have one, you can put it in a pan like this one, which is what I'm gonna do for the second dough because I don't have two of these.
That's what for your main one.
So I forgot what the shape is called. But okay, I'll get back to you on that one. But it's gonna be this shape. So what you do, or what I think you do, is you grab it from the left and fold it to the right. That looks nice. And then you grab it from the right and you fold it to the left. And then you pull it like this and you start to go seam side up. This one. There it goes. Oh my god. That's exciting. Look. It fit. That's so cool. Yeah, I think that's it. The baby is sleeping in his cute little bed. That's where he's gonna be until tomorrow. So now we need to wrap it up with plastic so it doesn't dry out while it's proofing overnight. There you have it. Right up there. Here's how we shaped we are proofing the other one in the bread pan. It's Sunday morning. It's 9:30. We just woke up and we're gonna go see what the bread looks like. Looks a little flat. But I think it grew. So I'm gonna cut a parchment paper that's around the size of one thing. Bigger. Put it on top with this thing. It's just like a heat resistant mat, so that I can slide it into the Dutch oven. You could use like a cutting board or like anything you have. Like this one. That looks pretty.
How happy are you right now?
I'm so excited. Looks like bread. So I've been preheating the oven for an hour at 500. So I'm gonna, and I put the Dutch oven in there. Well, it's a little dry, but I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's dry here with the dough, with the flour. Okay, there it is. Sweet. Let's see. 20 minutes. I'm gonna uncover it. And I'm gonna put this under the Dutch oven so that the crust on the bottom doesn't burn. Okay,
Bread is ready. Oh my god.
I don't know, I just want to open it. Lift it up here a little bit, but it broke. I don't know if that's okay.
It tastes good.
Still pretty good for first bread.